Hello everyone, this is Thomas. I'm the karate armchair historian, and today I'd like to show you a film which I found on the internet. It's a 1967 US Air Force training film which shows a number of different self-defense, close combat, and hand-to-hand techniques to be used by US airmen who were shot down behind enemy lines. What I found pretty curious when I watched the film was that it was mislabeled. The person that posted the video stated that it contained Fairbairn techniques. Fairbairn was a British guy who was an expert on hand-to-hand combat. He called it gutter combat. Now, while Fairbairn's techniques actually merit lots of attention, in this particular case, the US Air Force film shows techniques that have been taken primarily, actually pretty much 100% from karate, especially from Shotokan. Now, it's very interesting. I guess you might ask, why would the Air Force teach Shotokan or karate techniques? How did they come to that knowledge? Well, it's all started with a guy who was a judo guy, a man named Emilio Bruno, who was an American judoka. Prior to being a judoka, he was a wrestler, and his dad was a wrestling coach. Emilio Bruno went to Japan, where he received his shodan from Kano himself in judo, and then he returned to the United States. After the war, when Bruno was a fifth dan in judo, and in fact, I found that pretty incredulous, but I double-checked and looked at many different sources, and they all stated that he actually was indeed a fifth dan in judo. This was in 1956. I personally thought that would not have been possible, but all the cross-checks did seem to confirm that he did have a fifth dan in 1956. Not only that, he was also the first non-Japanese American to reach the rank of fifth dan. So basically what happened was, after, of course, Japan surrendered, U.S. forces occupied Japan, and many of them were impressed by the martial arts techniques. Bruno was hired by the U.S. Air Force. He was a civilian at the time, by the U.S. Air Force to actually conduct a program which would teach American servicemen, in this case Air Force servicemen, Air Force pilot, how to use martial arts in order to defend themselves on the battlefield. Bruno gathered together a number of well-known martial arts experts. As you can see, there are photos of him with Nishiyama. There are photos of him with other judo and aikido experts, all first-class martial artists. And he actually took them on tour of the United States, where they would visit various U.S. Air Force bases where they would teach karate or judo or aikido. Finally, the U.S. Air Force did decide to make this movie. This was already 1967, which does show the karate techniques. What's cool about this is you will see that there are actual things such as fist formation, stances, there's shuto strike, there is reverse punch, there is even a portable makiwara that the soldiers in the video have made. So it is really cool to see Shotokan or karate techniques to have been utilized in a U.S. Air Force training film. Emilio Bruno is not a very well-known persona in the world of martial arts. However, I personally believe that if it weren't for him, karate would not have been as popular in the United States as it had been, due to his efforts to bring all these Japanese masters to the United States and to have them teach their art to U.S. airmen. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Please enjoy the film.
you are in an area of war. There may be moments in which your life will depend on your personal ability to defend yourself. Moments in which either you kill or disable, or you are killed. To survive through these times, you must learn to be tough, ruthless, tougher and more ruthless than your enemies. Physical and psychological preparation for this task begins with conditioning, physical exercise, deep knee bend, inverted V.
1, 2, 3.
Kicking while seated or standing. Carry high, left or right.
Start! Start! Start!
Carry low, left or right.
Stay! 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 Stay!
On guard, left and right, seated or standing.
Stay! Stay!
Fall and recover.
Stay! Stay!
Back fist strike.
Start! 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 Start!
And shuffle, backward or forward. These exercises are basic to all personal protection techniques. Specific techniques, learned correctly for defense against an unarmed or armed attacker, will cause the maiming or death of an opponent, but only if the techniques are vigorously applied without restraint. Some weapons used by the enemy for close-in fighting include man with rifle and bayonet, man with knife, man with club or machete, man against man. If attacked and unarmed, make use of personal striking points, specific locations for maximum concentration of strength. Fore fist, consisting of the first and second knuckles of the fore and middle fingers. Back fist, to block and attack the face and ribs. Bottom fist, to block and attack hard surfaces, including head, elbow, joints, and ribs. Bare hand, mainly to attack ears. Knife hand, to block and attack temples, neck, and ribs. Palm heel, to block and attack face, nose, chin, jaw, and solar plexus. And elbow, for close-in blocking and attacking chin, chest, solar plexus, and ribs. The knee, for close-range attack to opponent's face, solar plexus, groin, and instep, for front and roundhouse kicking to the groin. Heels for back kicking and stamping to attack jaw, solar plexus, groin, and instep. And ball of foot for front and roundhouse kicking to opponent's face, jaw, solar plexus, groin, and ribs. The enemy is especially vulnerable when he attacks. Use your striking points and aim with all your strength for his front vital point. Skull, bridge of nose, temples, the fulcrum, point of chin, jaw, side of neck, Adam's apple, windpipe, clavicle, armpit, solar plexus, abdomen, floating rib, groin, chin, and instep. From the rear, concentrate, focus, strike for these back vital points. Base of cerebellum, upper back, small of back, inner wrist, coccyx, hollow of knee, calf, Achilles heel. Once closed with the enemy, give every ounce of effort you can muster, and victory will be yours. Personal protection methods make a clear distinction between punching and striking an opponent. Basically, the difference is much like stabbing or slashing, as in the case of a sword. Punching hand starts from the ready position, just above the hip bone. But it must be trained to punch smoothly and effectively from any position. The knife hand strike is a snapping force of the elbow, twisting the wrist, and attacking with the edge of the hand for either an outside or inside blow.
Shot! 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 Shot!
Correct application of these defenses requires tensing of all body muscles momentarily, adding maximum power to each blow by simultaneously retracting the opposite hand back to the hip.
Shot!
In practice, the punch. Twist the arm and wrist so that the arm is straight at its point of maximum extension.
Shot!
Now, the strike, a back fist. Snap downward, holding the elbow stationary.
Shot!
Or snap sideward, moving hand toward opponent in a horizontal straight line.
Shot!
The bottom fist, strike downward or sideward in the same manner.
Shot!
With the elbow, strike forward. Attack outward in a straight line, twisting the wrist inward, bending the elbow deeply.
Shot!
Again the elbow, strike backward, twisting the hand outward and thrusting the elbow straight backward.
Shot!
Finish your opponent with the knife hand. Swing in a wide arc for the outside strike. Elbow in front of your body at point of impact.
Shot!
For an inside strike, swing forward in a wide arc. Turn palm downward before impact and focus at a point directly in front of your body. Keep in mind, in personal defense, that the whole body can be used to attack or defend, including the feet. Kick your opponent. Use a front thrust attack. Raise striking foot high as opposite knee. Bend toes upward, ankle backward. Thrust arms and foot forward in a straight line, using heel as striking point.
Shot!
Or side thrust kick. Raise foot to knee, bend toes upward, raise arms while swinging sideways in a straight line. Strike with edge of foot. Withdraw quickly.
Shot!
When needed, back kick. Raise foot, bend ankle upward, look at target, swing thigh and arms backward using knee snap and heel. If your opponent kicks, shuffle back, or kick his leg, or grab his leg. Step back and kick his groin, finishing with a knife hand strike. What defenses do you have against front hold attacks? If one hand is held, step back, kick opponent in the groin, and finish with a punch or strike. Now, in slow motion photography, study the complete sequence again. If both hands are held, take one step backward. Pull your hands sideward and down. Kick opponent in groin and finish the punch, strike, or kick. Again in slow motion. Watch the complete sequence of defenses. A throat attack. Step back, kick and groin, and finish off with a punch or strike. Now, the same sequence in slow motion. A rear attack. Step sideways, lower your body into a straddle leg stance, simultaneously raising both elbows. Hands straight out, keeping palms down. Counterattack with a back fist strike to groin. Finish with a punch, strike, or kick. If the rear hold is too far down on you for this technique, back snap kick to groin, or back stamp kick to instep. A full leg. To break it, thrust pelvis forward, attack opponent's temples with four-knuckle fist punch, thrust buttocks back to strike opponent's groin, and instantly swing your arms down, shuffle out, turn around, face opponent, move in for kill, and finish with a punch or strike. With these techniques, it is impossible for the enemy to hold you from the rear. But this situation is different and more complex. If two opponents hold you, attack one opponent with a back thrust kick, withdraw your leg, assume a straddle leg stance, attack the other opponent with a knife hand to the neck, then finish with a punch, strike, or kick. To break this hold and attack, kick attacker's groin. With a front thrust kick again, with the same leg, attack the other opponent with a back snap kick to the groin. Finish with a punch, strike, or kick. Give complete personal physical effort to these defenses. Whether one, two, or more of the enemy hold and attack you, and you will survive. A knife attack. What can you do to live if you're caught unarmed? Where practical, look for, find, and strike your enemy with any weapon. A club. A bottle. A pipe. But keep the enemy from striking you with a knife. If a weapon is not available, throw sand, dirt, or use any article to distract him. Then use your feet to kick his groin. Finish with a knife hand strike. Guard against dodging too far from an armed opponent. This weakens your counterattack and strengthens your enemy. If the enemy attempts a stabbing attack to your face, block his attacking arm with an extended knife hand block, simultaneously, side snap kick or front thrust kick to his groin. Then, lower your foot quickly. Push his attacking arm, throwing him off balance. Finish with an outside knife hand strike to his neck. When an opponent tries to stab you in the stomach, step back with your left foot instantly. Block his attacking arm with a left-hand knife strike. Then kick his groin with your left or right foot. Immediately shuffle back. The opponent is injured, attack, and finish with a punch, strike, or kick. If it's a stab to the top of your head, anticipate the attack. Move in quickly with a wedge block. Force opponent's attacking arm outward with your left hand. Immediately kick groin with your right foot. Then shuffle back, attack, and finish with a strike. A backhand slash to your neck. Always be ready for this attack. Move in fast and knife hand block his attacking arm and counterattack with a kick to his groin. An upward slash to any part of your body. Use careful timing and distancing against this attack. Lean back, drop, and side snap kick or front thrust kick to his groin. Grab the knife hand if possible while kicking to avoid a second attack. Hold on to the knife hand and finish with a strike or punch. If the enemy attempts a close slashing attack to your face or neck, fall to right knee and dodge the attack. As he brings his arm back in a backhand stab, counterattack with a front thrust kick to the groin. Recover and shuffle back. Attack again and punch, strike, or kick with a final blow. A club is any weapon. A bolo knife, a rifle, a stick, anything. Enemy attacks with a club include overhead smash, roundhouse attack, and backhanded smash. If you are unarmed during an overhead smash, anticipate, move in, thrust your left hand out, and block the attacking arm. Counterattack with knee strike to groin. But if you are armed, watch for an opening, move in, smash opponent's head, keeping your left hand ready to block. Armed against the roundhouse attack, get set, move in, smash opponent's arm with your weapon, using your left hand to block. If you are unarmed against this same attack, anticipate, quickly move in, thrust your right arm around the opponent's body, block attacking arm with your left arm, and knee strike to groin. Still unarmed, watch for a backhanded smash. Block with a right hand block, push attacker's elbow back, attack using kick to groin, then finish with a strike. Using a weapon against this same attack, anticipate, move in fast, smash opponent's arm, keeping your left hand ready for a block. Smash opponent's knuckles when he attempts to block a strike, using an overhead side block, and kick groin to finish. The bayonet, a deadly weapon, but slow. The enemy will try long or short jabs. Anticipate, parry, kick to groin, and finish with strike or punch. Unarmed, against a jab, guard, step back during jab, parry with right hand, grab weapon with left hand, and kick to groin.
Shut.
Unarmed and down, another jab attack. Guard up, parry, grab and hold weapon, kick groin, and finish.
Hit. 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 Hit.
Flash attack. Move in fast. Block weapon with bottom side of your arm. Grab it with both hands. Step back on right foot and kick.
Shut. Shut. Shut.
Remember, wherever you are in time of war, your life depends upon personal protection. Remember the psychological principles. Personal protection involves contact between two or more human beings. Your mind must be calm. Be constantly aware of the total force of the enemy and his movement. The psychologically prepared man survives. Remember the physical principles. Think. Think maximum concentration of strength. And any movement of your body depends on muscular expansion and contraction. Think force and reaction force, or the degree and method of application. Think striking power, which is force and speed. Think greater strength, which comes from the amount and sequence of muscular exertion. And breathe. Exhale for more power. Remember both principles, physical and psychological, for total concentration. Instantly focus all of the energy of mind and body. Result, the power to protect yourself.